This is the CZUR Shine Ultra Pro, and it is a scanner. I know, it doesn't look like it, but yes, this is a scanner. In fact, it is a special scanner for books, along with documents, ID cards, receipts, everything basically as long as it is size A3 or smaller. It sells for $299 US, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know you had special scanners for books. I always thought you just jammed them on the flatbed scanner and scan them one by one painful page. But no, this beautiful machine is built to do just that. And not just that, it has OCR, auto page turn detection, patented curve flatten technology, and so much more. Without any further talking, let's just unbox it and see what we are working with. The box itself is very plain with a picture of the sleek machine and some award logos it has won for its design and function. Inside the box we have some paperwork and a CD. Haven't seen this in a long time. We have the CZUR Shine Ultra Pro scanner in its untransformed position. Everything is so nicely packed like a jigsaw puzzle, I almost don't want to ruin it. We have a USB cable, a foot pedal, and some finger cords, which is interesting stuff. I'll come to them in a moment. And finally, we have a black mat, which will act as our scanning bed. Now, I'll plug it in a moment, but let's just have a look at this thing. In simple words, it is beautiful. It is a fascinating mashup of looks and performance. It has a very minimal yet stunning look, covered in all matte black, resulting in a smudge-free finish, solid and sturdy aluminum build. This arm with two LEDs and a 24 megapixels camera with CMOS sensor in between. It goes all the way up like this, and now it's looking like the coolest tower crane model I've ever seen. There's two USB ports in the base plate, one for the USB cable to connect it to a PC, and another for the foot pedal, which we'll go ahead and plug it in right now. As soon as I plug it into my laptop, it springs to life. And this is one of the best part about this scanner. It runs on USB power, making it super portable. Pressing this knob switches on the LEDs, and you can use it to dim or brighten them, or you can just turn them off. It has 6 different levels of brightness. With the black mat in position, we are now ready to scan. Now, you don't need the CZUR Shine PC application to work this piece of tech, and that's what the CD is for. It carries the software. However, if like me, you don't have a CD-ROM in your laptop, you can find support for all of CZUR scanners on their website and download it from there for Windows and Mac. Once installed, simply launch the app and then select which mode you're going to use. Now, other than a scanner, it also can work like a video presenter, and I'll come to that in a bit. Let's start with the scanner. You can see this page, which looks a lot complicated at first glance, but it is anything but. Click on the scan button in the corner and the scan interface is live. Now, all you have to do is place a document below. You can see a preview of your document on the screen, and then on the right side you have these bunch of options which I'll demo one by one. This is a plain document, so I'll go with the flat paper option, and in the color mode you can select whichever suits your document best. For example, if it is a black and white text document, then select black and white, or if it is a stamped document, select stamp. But don't stress too much here because you can change this after the scan as well. You can see the software is already detecting the edges of the document against the black mat, so you end up with exactly what you want. Press scan and it will take a second or two to scan the document, and you can see a preview of it here on the left side of the screen. Now you can do a bunch of these and then go back to the previous page to make any modifications that you want. See the list of images on the right? These are JPEGs of the files that have been scanned. You can select any one of them to bring it to the front, and then you can have a look at it, and you can see right now the scan is super clear. It's very crisp, very sharp, just like a flatbed scanner would do. And you can also see that even though when we were scanning the page, the edges were not completely straight, it has flattened the page, so you end up with a very flat page result, and you don't see the curves or the angles or the bent sides of the pages. So I'm going to say it really does a good job with the quality here. Using functions from this bottom row, you can play around with the image until you get what you're looking for. You can adjust borders of the documents, crop them, adjust the brightness, sharpness, contrast, etc. Change the color mode. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you selected one earlier, you're not happy with it, you can change it over here. Doesn't matter. You can reset it, print it from here, apply OCR, which is super cool. I'll talk about it further when I come to scanning books. It can also read QR codes from any documents or checks, and it also has an option to copy the link from here, and then you can open it up in a browser. Now, these bottom row functions are for doing all of these editing to individual files. If you want to do the same to multiple scanned pages at once, you will find it on the left side over here. These are basically the same functions, but here you can perform them on as many pages as you like altogether in batches. You can change their color mode, rotate all of them, adjust overlapping edges, delete them, standardize, fill those holes, which sometimes you get with receipts or punched pages, watermark them, etc. Let me just point out here that you don't necessarily need the scanner LEDs if you have decent ambient lighting. No doubt the lights help produce a better scan as long as the paper is not glossy. If it is, you're better off without the LEDs because the reflection from the LEDs will cause glare on your scan. Also, you can raise the stem of the scanner about 2 inches simply by pulling it up until it locks in place. This way, it can scan up to size A3. Which, for those of you who don't know, is 2 A4 size pages joined side by side along the long edge. Let's just go back to scanning now. Moving on, I'll show the combine sides feature next and leave the exciting ones for the end. Now this is good for scanning IDs. You can place one side up, press scan, and then it will scan that and save it on the left side. Then you can turn over the ID. It will also give a prompt on the screen to do that. Scan again. And what it will do is it will combine both the sides of the ID into one page. It's very simple. You don't have to do it yourself later. You can select a specific section of the document to be scanned with this option. Just use the control key and mouse to highlight it, and it will scan just that part and leave out everything else, eliminating the need to crop anything later. This last option, which says no processing, simply scans whatever is on the scanning mat as it is. Now we come to the interesting one. Curved books. Take a book, open it up, and place it on the scanning mat, making sure the center seam is aligned with the yellow guide strip on the screen. Once again, here you can select the color mode. Since this is a book with simple text, I'm going to go with black and white. Now hold the book on both sides with your fingers and press scan. Wait, how do I do that? Both my hands are busy. Aha, that's where the foot pedal comes in. Click it and it scans. Click it again and it scans again. Notice on the left side how it automatically arranges the left side pages first and then the right ones in order, and that too separately. From one scan it creates two to give you two separate pages. Now you might say, well, how can it get clear scans if the pages are curved? Wait till you see this. The built-in curve flattening technology turns the bulging pages into perfectly flat ones, causing almost zero distortion while doing so. And did you notice something? I held the pages down with my fingers on both sides, but now you can't see them. And that's because the software cancels them out. You see, next to each of the scanning option, there is a wrench icon which lets you control the scan in a bit more detail for that function. In the book scanning extra settings, there is an option called finger removal. Now I've selected without finger cuts. That means I can hold it down with my fingers and it will make them disappear in the scan. But this is a clean text only book. If it is a little more than that, you can select with finger cuts and then use these yellow finger cuts which came with them. You can just hold them like these to hold down pages of the book, and the software will cancel them out to give you nice clean pages. Oh, and one very cool feature. If you turn on the auto scan, it will automatically detect when a page has been turned and initiate scan. This is a huge time saver, and you can also give your foot a rest from all that clicking. However, sometimes it will misjudge a page movement for a page turn and result in duplicates, but you can prevent that by easily holding down the pages still. Anyways, when you've scanned all the pages, you come back to processing, and once you're done with batch processing, you can export the whole book or part of it, whatever you just scanned, into Microsoft Excel, Word, Simple PDF, Searchable PDF, and TIFF. The Word and Excel options are available with OCR, which is optical character recognition for those who don't know, and it can perform OCR on more than 180 different languages. And let me tell you, this feature left me impressed. Look at this book I scanned earlier. The text recognition is spot on. Typos are there, but they're negligible, and that too mostly where the book has unrecognizable characters next to letters which are not part of the font. It has also managed to copy the formatting, the different fonts on the page, brackets, italics, positioning of the paragraphs and sentences, titles, headers and footers, numbers of the page. Absolutely mind-blowing. Yes, there are characters which have been substituted, like these very different looking brackets, But I know for a fact that those are not part of this phone, so the software did its best to find the closest looking character to it. With this, I think I can scan a complete 300 or more pages book into a PDF in just minutes. And now I'm thinking about doing it. Would you like to see that? How long will it take to scan an entire book, hundreds of pages long? Let me know in the comments below and I might give it a try. Alright, that's almost pretty much it for the CZUR Shine Ultra Pro book scanner, but there's just one more thing. Remember the visual presenter feature I skipped in the beginning? Let's have a quick look at that and then move on to the final verdict. Now this feature is primarily aimed at remote learning, or should I say remote teaching, or even remote working scenarios. Now as a tutor, you can lay down the study material, it can be a worksheet, printed presentation, and whatnot. And with the help of all these tools here, you can conduct your session. You've got a laser pointer, you can doodle on it with lines and some basic shapes, squares, triangles, circles to point out or to highlight different pieces of information on the the display. You can type on the screen in different fonts, different colors, undo a step, delete the whole thing, zoom in, zoom out, freeze a frame. You can video record this session and then save it so it can be shared or watched later. It's quite interesting. Okay, now we are done. Final verdict. This is one fascinating machine I've seen in a long time. Super good looking, sleek, lightweight, portable. No wonder it has won like 3 design awards. Crisp scanning, whether it be documents, IDs, books, drawings, QR code recognition, dozens of post-editing functions, batching capabilities, OCR conversion to like more than 180 languages, visual presentation. I mean, the applications are endless. It sells for $299 US on their store at the time of this video. And there is also another version known as the Shine Ultra with 13 megapixels for $199 US. This one, the Ultra Pro, is 24 megapixels. I'll leave a link for it in the description box below in case you want to check it out. That's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit the like button below, share the video with your friends and family, and while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to MiiBooth for more gadget reviews, DIYs, and life hacks. You can also follow me on Instagram and other social media. All the links are in the description box below. Click on the thumbnails to watch my other videos or check out my YouTube channel for more. And as always, thanks for watching.